Morning friends, how's it going? We got more snow again last night. I don't know what's going on this year. It was 15 degrees yesterday. I was doing tree work, living life. Hey, look at this. Crazy. Winter's just holding on. Anyhow, Alan Gaunt, thank you, buddy. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. That really helped out. Thanks for thinking of us. I think we're gonna go into the shop, make a fire, and let's try out that Foredom that Tony sent us. Let's do that today. I want to try it out and see what the deal is. I guess we'll grind on the bench. I haven't had time to set up my new grinding area yet. Anyhow, let's go into the shop and make a fire. Okay, let's get this party started. Hey, how about that? A concrete covered antique bucket found on this farm. I don't have any pine in here. I should grab some pine. Pine is the best fire starter. Pine, spruce, any of the evergreens around here. Okay, we're at the bench. Hope you guys are still here. We got a fire going, it's nice and warm. Let's unpack this thing and see what we got. And I have the handpiece here. Again, I've never tried one of these. I'm going to set this unit up and I guess I'll hang it from up here. We got an old blacksmith nail there. I like it, it's kind of cool. I like old-timey things. Right angled handpiece. I guess we'll hang this up from up here. Sure. I'm gonna grind on the bench today. Again, I don't normally do that, but I don't have my new grinding area set up. I'm actually gonna have a dedicated bench with all my grinding stuff that I can move around. I'm gonna put it on wheels. I'd like to be able to film facing myself as I'm working on stuff. We're going to try that. Again, always learning and growing. Because honestly, folks, I can't pay attention long enough usually to not do this. Hey, how's it going? Look what's in this box. So, we got a foot pedal here. Again, there's our key to our chuck, various other tools here. I'm going to put all this back in the box. Okay, I moved it over a little bit, so it's a hanging unit with an on-off switch. Just want to show you guys have asked me about Foredoms. Well, I've never had one, so okay. And then in between the motor and the plug is a pedal. Now, I'm not set up for this yet. I'm going to set up, like I said, a station with a pedal and a chair, and might as well be comfy while I'm grinding all the time. But with the wood hauler project in here and the 490, there's not a lot of room in here right now. So whatever, we'll grind right on the bench. I'll vacuum up the chips later. Here, I'm gonna move you guys back here. It's a little bit smoky in here. If you guys see any haze, when I lit the fire, she kind of backdrafted. So here's the idea with these guys. And again, and I want to reiterate this, I have never used one of these before. and every saw you've seen on my channel before today is ported with this, okay? I just want to show you guys, so I don't want you guys to think that you need fancy tooling, okay? This thing, okay? I've been porting and grinding with this thing for about 10 years. It's a cheap, offshore made, it's a Power Fist from Princess Auto, okay guys? I don't want you guys to think that you need fancy tools. It helps, believe me, but you don't need it, okay? The first thing I notice about this thing, it just feels like quality. Now, this handpiece just fits in my hand nicely. It's got a nice weight to it. Here's how it works though. The nice thing is about these is you can put it right into the cylinder and okay, I can go slow. Okay, that's what's nice about these. They have a lot of torque and you can vary your RPM. Okay, and the nice thing is when you're coming out of the cylinder, we've all done it. You're grinding, you're making beautiful cuts, and then whatever, you need to take a break. As you're pulling it out, you touch the plating on the cylinder. Well, with this unit, I'm going to be able to go in, start my cut, finish my cut, stop the tooling, and pull it out. So right there, that's going to be a good deal. So I'm going to set this up. Basically, folks, the reason why I was looking for one of these is those flex shafts vibrate quite a bit. Mine does. It's pretty worn out. But it's what I have, right? Make do with what you got in life. That's the best way to be. But the vibration, you know, squeezing snips all these years, it does things. And my hands don't really like vibration anymore. So it's like, this thing already, I can feel it, it's smoother. It's going to take me some time to get used to it though, just because I've been grinding with that since I've been grinding cylinders, so it's like, this is going to be a learning curve. I'm sure I'll pick it up quickly, but I'm going to get set up here and let's start the transfers on Buckins cylinder. I'm going to mark them out and cut the bottoms off today, and then we'll blend them a little bit, at least get going on the project. And I figured let's kill two birds with one stone. Let's try the Foredom and let's get Buckins cylinder started. I don't have to do a ton of work to this, believe it or not, guys. Most of the work will be the transfers. I took care of my intake timing with the machine work I did, and I will raise the exhaust roof an appropriate amount, and that'll be that. So I'm going to do a video. I have to put an impulse line in. I'm probably going to put it here in this transfer. I'll show you guys when I do that. I'll have to let that set for a day or two, and then I'll grind off whatever protrudes into the transfer. That's going to send our impulse signal to that crazy carb we're putting on this. Okay, I'm going to get set up and get comfortable, and I'll bring you guys in close and let's try this out. I'll give you my thoughts on it. My honest thoughts about, you know, how much better is a Foredom than what I've been using, and we can go from there. I'm an honest fella, and you know, like I said, guys, I grind with a Dremel. I've always ground with a Dremel. It's the man using the tool, and if you know how your tool works and what you can and can't do with it, and you make a plan, you know, you could make good running power saws. Okay, I'm going to get set up and let's try this thing out. Here, I just wanted to show you guys a little trick. So, here, I'll turn the light on for you. I put the ring in the cylinder, okay? I push the ring up past the exhaust port with the piston. Now that piston's machined. I know it's straight. Now if I want to cut these transfers, okay, let me line this up here. Okay, I'm going to take this straight edge. This is a machinist straight edge, and look, I'm just going to mark. I'm going to give myself a reference point so that when I'm grinding, I can try and grind this as straight as possible. If this marker will cooperate. There we go. Okay guys, same thing on this side. I'm going to take this. Okay. And on this side. That way we have a nice straight line to grind on and we can make it look good, right? Just because I'm a little anal with my grinding, but I like it to look good. For me, it doesn't matter. I'm telling you guys right now, nice grinding don't make horsepower. I'm like that. Okay, so see that? See how nice and fine those lines are? Aim small, miss small, right? We have a small line to grind on, therefore we have the chances of this looking straight and being straight is just going to be a good deal, right? Okay, I got 2 pieces of rubber here just to hold this cylinder in place. And what's the best way to remove these skirts? You guys have been asking. I don't know what the best way is, but you know how I'm going to do it? Hacksaw. It cuts straight. I'm in full control. Yeah, this is a super fine blade, and basically, once I get it started, there we go, I can cut it. Oh, again, guys, just take your time. Okay, I got it started there, and I got it started here, or I'll start it here. Okay, the nice thing about this is I'm in full control and this blade will cut straight, okay? Again, don't overthink things. I know, he's taking a hacksaw to a cylinder. I am, but it's like, look, I'm gonna cut right through both sides and I'm in full control and I'm not gonna touch my machining, okay? That's the key. I can take this right down to the bottom. There you go. Okay, now I'll take the other side. I'll get the other side going. I could take this off with the Foredom or a grinder, but here's the thing. If I slip with either of those, I'm going to make a mistake. And it's like, this way, I'm in full control and it'll be straight. Again, guys, I ain't fancy. I get the job done. I think about what I'm doing and I make a plan and I execute the plan. I'll show you guys. Look, okay? Look, nice and straight with the line. No chipping on the plating or minimal. Okay, look. Okay, and then we can clean that up after and we didn't make any mistakes. Okay? Now I'm going to take a hacksaw and I'm going to literally cut it this way as far as I can. It's almost faster to do it this way. And again, the results, I'll get maximum material off with minimal effort. And really, I don't want to touch my machining. Worst comes to worst, I will make like a 1 thou pass on here when we're done if I have to clean it up. But it's really easy to scratch past 1 thou with a grinder. I could do 2 or 3 thousandths damage. And I don't want to cut my pop-up any deeper, and I don't want my squish much tighter than it is. Again, I left 2 or 3 thousandths on the squish, so that if I do make an error, I have 2 or 3 thousandths to play with. That's a human hair. So I always leave room for error. If you go ragged edge and you make a mistake, it's over. You're starting again. So there you guys go. Same thing with this side. Now what I'm doing is, see my fingers, how they're blue? Okay, I'm actually using my finger as a guard, okay? And that way the blade can't flex and hit the flange, okay? I'm just rubbing it against my fingernails basically. Now I could have just ground all this off, but I think that would take longer and more chips and more mess, and more chances of slipping on that edge at the end of the cylinder there. So I'm just going to do it this way. And again, old school hot rod stuff. I mean, how do you think they ported saws years ago? Probably with a file. So yeah, we've come a long way, but I still use hand tools a lot because the chances of making a mistake are less. Okay, we're meeting up on the top and the bottom. Now watch, guys. Okay, you ready? Boom. Okay, that renders us with, let's undo this. There we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I have to decide how far I'm going to go. Okay, I'm going to cut this back at least till there and give myself more space, right? Because the sides of the piston are open about right here. Okay. Okay, I chose this one. It's an egg-shaped burr. This came with the Foredom, so let's use the tooling that came with it. And let's find out. I just want to pick something that will fit inside the transfers really well. Okay, well, here goes nothing. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'll try and keep you in frame. I got my big boots on, and right away I'm going to want to be wearing shoes for this. First thing I noticed with this thing, no vibration. I think I'm going to be able to grind longer and with more precision. Okay, look, we're cutting that lip down. There's the stock one. Okay. Again, we're not in a hurry. We're relaxed. We're drinking our coffee for the morning. Okay. Just chilling. Something about removing metal. I'm super happy with this. Tony, thank you, buddy. See, we've almost ground all that material off. I wanted as straight of a shot into here as possible. Hopefully that's not too bright. Okay, so here's your stock side. See, you still got that thick lip. Here's what I did. Now I can open this up more, but I don't really want, I want a good sealing surface. This saw is gonna have decent compression. So I don't want to go too ragged edge of sanity. Okay, see, That looks almost factory, doesn't it? I still got to clean these sides up a little bit. Okay, but I'll buff those up good, and I'll go around the edges here to make sure we don't scratch the piston. Okay, so right away, I like that this has a chuck on it. It's super quick to change tooling. You guys get the idea. There you go. Put the chuck in there. You can use different sizes. So again, if you have a Dremel, you have to change collets. I've tried all different various shapes and sizes of tooling and no issues. So again, Tony, thank you, buddy. This is a game changer. It's gonna take me some time to learn my speeds. That is one thing I like about the Dremel, is I set it to a speed that I liked for each tool, and I knew how much that speed was, and I would just set it and forget it. Where this, I got to keep my foot constant. But again, first time using it, you guys can see nothing wrong with that. I'm not even done yet. That's just roughed in, and you know, nothing wrong with that. And that took, you know, 5 minutes maybe. So I can already see the benefits of this tool. I'm gonna quickly do the other side, and I'll show you guys both sides done again. So before, after. Okay, we're gonna move a lot more air. The ability to slow this tool down in the cut is really quite handy. Going to switch to this to get into those small corners. That's why it's important to have a good selection of tooling, because that way you can shape it however you want, not, you know, not based on what tooling you have. If you only have this, you're not going to be able to get into all the spots that you like or you need to. Okay, I'm just going to hit these little corners here. You can see here and here, where on this side I got them already. If you don't have a small enough tool for that, go in that corner with a file, with a raker file, and just clean it up. Again, you don't got to be fancy. As long as it works and you hit your numbers, that's all that matters. See how it's gone? See guys? See how it grabbed on the corners there? Okay, don't even worry about that. You can clean that up on your final cleanup, okay? A little bit of chipping on the plating. Again, no big deal. It happens. I will clean that up when I'm done, and it looks worse on camera than it actually is. Don't even sweat it. Okay, I'm not even going to mess with that now. I'll show you guys how to fix that after. Just trying to get the shapes consistent. And I'll hit this corner. There we go. Nice radiused edge. Got a little bit of a high spot here. Okay, I'm going to switch back to the bigger tool. Okay, I just want to get these two sides to match, and we're really close. Be careful. Okay. Again, if you're worried about the corners, you can take this and just break those edges. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little wrap up here. My initial thoughts on a Foredom versus a Dremel. The Foredom's got way more torque. It's got power at 500 RPM. A Dremel, I find you got to keep the RPMs up. It's kind of like a big bore saw versus a small bore saw ported. Big bore saw, you lay it on the log, you pull the trigger and she cuts. Whereas the Dremel is a small bore saw, you got to keep the revs up. So what I'm used to is I just gently run my cutter over as to not bog down my Dremel, which is good practice. You don't clog your tooling, etc., etc. With this thing, I can go at slow speed and still hog out material. So vibration is almost zero. The head, I lubricated the head. It doesn't seem to be getting hot. Changing tooling is way faster on this thing. Yeah, so I would say all in all, yeah, the Foredom is a good tool. It's better than a Dremel, but I've been using a Dremel so long that it is going to take me some time to get as proficient with the Foredom as I am with the Dremel. But I mean, you guys just watched me hog these out, and that was quick. I removed a lot of material very quickly. I really didn't make any mistakes. You guys can see I'm going to polish out. Here, check that out. We got a few little nicks. Sometimes the plating will come off in the corners. I'm going to polish that up. See how nice and straight our cuts are. I might actually straighten this one out a little bit more. Same thing on this side. See how nice and straight that is? It goes right in. And again, I didn't want this any wider because our piston skirt would cover it. So, okay, well, I'm happy. You know, it's always nice when you start grinding. I did the machine work the other day, and then I took a break. I like to go slow and steady and just, you know, methodically move through these builds. And of course, I like to get as much of it on film as possible because I enjoy sharing it with you guys. Okay, well, Mr. Tony, thank you. Yeah, it's amazing. I didn't get to try the right angle tool today. I see the benefits of this. I'm going to have to cut tooling shorter for the right angle so it'll get in there. But, I mean, realistically, I could do my exhaust port from the inside now. Normally I go through the outside and, you know, but I mean, even this like this, I could lay this down sideways and cut my exhaust ports this way. As long as my tooling's long enough, right? I could cut it this way. If you did want to do upper transfer work and clean your upper transfers up, these fit in there nicely. Okay. Okay, zing, zing, zing. You can make nice level cuts. And again, here's your exhaust port. You can just cut it like that. Okay, same with the intake. You can get right in there. Sorry guys, you can get right in there and smooth it out nice. So this is going to be a game changer for me. Again though, it's going to be a learning curve. I think I did okay on this cylinder today. I'm actually super happy with my work. And these highway cylinders grind pretty nice. So this plating they use is very hard. Make sure you have sharp tooling if you're going to grind one of these, or you will chip the plating. But otherwise, I'm getting to the point that I prefer these highway cylinders. Say what you will about them. Excuse me. They usually have good timing numbers. The plating is just gorgeous on them. They have a nice combustion chamber, a very consistent squish band. There's nothing not to like about these, and they're reasonably priced, and they keep getting better and better. Every time I get one of these cylinders, it looks better than the last ones, to the point now where this cylinder looks OEM to me. I mean, it might not be as perfect on the outside, but on the inside where it counts, it looks good. So good job, Highway. Okay, folks. I think that'll wrap this up for today. I'm going to go in the house and hang out with the family. But yeah, I'm happy. Thank you, Tony. I'm super glad that I got the chance to fire this thing up today. And I look forward to grinding more and more cylinders and just getting better with this tool. As I do this more, I'll, you know, in 3-6 months, whatever, when I've done a bunch of cylinders with this, I'll pop back in and say, hey guys, this is what I think of it. Initial, I'm happy with it. It works good. This pedal, I don't know if it's, I have big feet, so I think I'm gonna have to wear runners and just use my toes. I'm wearing my big work boots right now. I think I'll have better control over the speed if I wear my work boots with the pedal. Other than that, you know, I picked it up and started cutting right away, and it seemed to be a pretty user-friendly tool. Anyhow, as always, thanks for watching. Take her easy. Later, guys, and thank you, Tony, and everybody else that supports this channel. You guys are great people. Thank you. Later.